as you might know, 2 weeks ago I was on vacation, kinda. I went back to San Antonio to basically get all of the rest of my stuff that was still hanging around San Antonio. Most of it was at my parents' place, and most of it I just got rid of. I sold. Something everybody does when they move. They get rid of their old things, stuff that they don't want to lug around with them everywhere. And a lot of my stuff was this kind of stuff right here. Physical media. And I just want to know, do you use physical media? I mean, some of these things like video games that are on consoles, I get. Like, you can't get that kind of stuff on good old games. A lot of it. Some of it, maybe emulators. But playing it on the original hardware is more satisfying for some reason. The controls feel better. So I get it when it comes to games. But when it comes to movies, music on CDs, or even books, I feel like getting a digital copy is better. You can keep it right on you. I got rid of all of my comic books. I have them all in the Comixology app. I got rid of, mind you, most of my comics come from the 90s, and I got, what, $70 for about 2 long boxes filled with comics. That, I guess that's okay. I don't know. It feels really bad to me. But I got about $40 for all of my DVDs and CDs. And I used an app called Declutter. And I don't know if y'all have seen it. You can get it on your phone, and what you do is you take your DVD, you go up to the USB code right here, and you open up the app, and then you point your phone at it, and then your phone scans, the app uses your phone to scan in the code and tells you whether they want it or not and how much they're willing to pay for it, and then you get to decide whether you want to sell it or not. And if you have a basket of more than $10, you can send it to them. And what you do is you just get a box, you put it all in there, you cover it up, you print a shipping label that they send to your email, and then they cover all the shipping costs. So it's really kind of cool. I really appreciated that. So all of this stuff, all of this physical media, gone. Was this a good idea? And some people say, I don't trust these online companies to hold my media for me. If the company goes under, do I lose my media? Where is that movie now? In this day of streaming, this age of streaming, you can just stream movies, but you don't own them. And they're not as high as quality as if you owned a movie. You can get Blu-rays. They got, is this a Blu-ray? No, these are just Blu-ray cases. They have higher quality on Blu-rays. You can get 4K on Blu-ray. It's harder to get 4K streaming over the internet because it's such a large amount of data. But you also own it. You have that copy. They can't take it away from you. But what happens in 20 years when no one knows what a Blu-ray player is anymore? Like 20, 30 years ago, everybody used VHSs. 15 years ago, everybody used DVDs. You can still find DVD players. VHS, you can get them, but no one uses them. No one uses cassette players anymore for their music. These are things that are now in the realm of collectors. Collectors like having these. Maybe video or audio files that like things in older formats. They look for these things. But for most people, who cares? Who cares? Books too, unless you have an original edition of a book, it's not a collector's item. It's nothing. It's just it's sitting on your shelf collecting dust. Get it on an e-reader. I really like Amazon Paperwhite. I use that. It's really easy on the eyes. I can change the font size and everything. It feels like reading a book. It's nice. And while nothing can kind of really replicate the feel of a real book and smell on the pages and everything, libraries are never going to go away. We'll always have a library. There is one type of book that I do not sell, that I boxed them all up and sent them to myself media mail. And that is my role-playing game collection. These reference guides, like a digital copy just doesn't do it justice, because I have to quickly page back and forth through these things, finding the right rule or the right place in the guide that I need. When I buy a PDF of an old thing that you can't get anymore, I print that out, and they get really beat up really fast because I just page right through them looking for all of the pertinent info, especially when I do my online Dead Unicorn that I do every Tuesday night. I have these printed out PDFs, and I try and buy the original adventure, but I don't use that. I use the printed out copy that I get from either like DM Guild or DriveThruRPG. Digital is not there yet to go as fast from page to page as I would like. You know, opening up the search function, typing it in, and then waiting for that PDF to load the right page, especially in these beautiful RPG books that have a lot of this art assets in it that take a while for a tablet to fully process. Forget about the Paperwhite. The Paperwhite's not going to... I've tried reading it on Paperwhite. Every page takes a good 2.5 seconds to load. It's torture. Why do you keep physical media around? Most of you watching this are personal friends of mine, and I'd like to know if you have a collection like this, and what it is that leads you to keep it.